Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers, got insight for miles and miles. We'll give you what you need to know. Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world, people on social media, and even some sitting on their couch right now, because I think you can watch this thing anywhere. We are in this age where you could just do anything, anytime, and reach anyone. It's so wonderful. And if you happen to have good information, then you're sharing it everywhere, across the world. You don't even know who you're touching. And this is what I love about this platform. I love about just being alive in this century at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, because you can literally change the world from your seat, okay? By connecting with good people like Barbara Palmer, who's our guest today. Wow. Can I get a wow emoji? I need a big, fat wow emoji face, because I mean that's the kind of work that she's doing, and I'm truly inspired by people who think about others. Like, it's, we all got to make money, okay? We all have to eat, all right? We all got to eat. It's a fact. But we don't have to take food out of other people's mouths, and we can also help put food in their mouths. It's another thing she's doing, helping people get food. It's just, I'm excited so much because I know what happens when people watch stuff like this. Someone watches it like, oh man, and they get inspired. You know what inspiration stands for? God within, right? So when you get inspired, it's God within, the energy within, the goodness within, like woo, and it exudes out and hits somebody else. And so today we're going to hear about the great things that Barbara's doing. She's not only a philanthropist, but she's a business coach and life coach. I think even part of she's John Maxwell program certified. If you don't know who John Maxwell is, I'm gonna ask you to come from underneath of that rock today. Okay, I need you to come and join us here in the world, because John Maxwell is one of the greatest personal development leadership teachers and speakers of all time. And so I know she's trained under him. So you got life, you got business, and you got God. Come on, I know life, business, and God. That's it. If you want to say three things, give me those things. Those three things, but reverse it the other way first. We got God first, then life and business. Boom. So when we come back, we're going to talk with Miss Palmer about what she's doing. And if you got some questions, get them ready, because she coaches too. Be back in a second.
What if there was a way to get more done by using less effort? What if you could eliminate all the mundane, tedious, repetitive daily tasks off your plate? What if you could have more time to do the things you want to do, like customer engagement, branding, and spending more time with those who are important to you, like your team, your friends, and your family? Well, you can, and RPA can do that for you. RPA, Robotic Process Automation, is a technology that is literally transforming businesses overnight, giving you and your staff more time to do more meaningful things. The STA Group will show you how this can be done in less than 30 days and taking less than 5 hours of your time in the process. In that 30 days, you will learn how to identify all the places of your business that can be automated, and the STA Group will show you how, from conversation to activation in less than 30 days. You will only find that right here. You will be ahead of your competition, and you will give your business the opportunity to grow once you learn how to scale through automation. Contact us today for a free 30-minute discovery evaluation, and we'll show you how to transform your business overnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Barbara Palmer, welcome to the show, the Business Empowerment Podcast Live.
Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So glad to be here with you.
You know what? There could be nothing. It couldn't be a better way for us to reconnect. So you guys are gonna get to meet Barbara. For those who don't know her, but we met some years back, and I was the executive director for Mentoring to Manhood, helping young men become men. And Barbara was helping us by bringing us money. She was writing those grants, keeping us alive, and helping us to build those wonderful programs. Oh, I remember that. I remember.
I remember too.
and so I knew that. And then also you invited me to speak at your church. This is a while back though. This is like 8 years.
Yes.
So since then, you've been doing a whole lot of things. I mean, I got a list here. I mean, so nonprofit for about 10 years. You teach masterclasses for small business owners. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, last week, our guest, Lolo, right? She was on here. Lolita, she was on here, and she spoke very highly of you. Kim Hickson spoke very highly of you. As a matter of fact, she credits you to a huge portion of her success. I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Because if you guys are listening, someone who was on here last week, very successful, this young lady sitting in front of me now is a part of that. And you're going to hear why, because she's going to share some things. Author of 2 books, working on 3. Okay. You own a nationally accredited childcare. That's beautiful because my wife and I, we did childcare for almost 10 years too. Transportation and after school programs, all that good stuff.
Yes.
John Maxwell, certified business coach and certified life coach. You decided to mix it up. So you said, I want to have the personal skills, I want to have the business skills, I want to have those godly skills. And I realized that is what board certified therapon belief therapist. I had to Google that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what that is. Servant.
Yeah.
Servanthood. I'm like, okay, but also like through that through the belief system, and that's where the therapy can then come in through that channel, because there's different methods of doing therapy.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You just got some stuff going on. So I don't know where we start. I mean, as long as you just tell everybody who you are, I think I already did that. Oh, you talk about yourself now.
Oh no, Rob.
I know, right? I know you don't want to. Well, why don't you share this? Why don't you share, like, we know your name, but like, why you do what you do, and like who you are on this earth right now?
Wow, that's good. I think I do what I do because my heart is to serve. I love God, and He placed us here, and to serve people, and my heart is to serve, especially children. My passion has always been children. Didn't start off that way. At first, my passion was to be an accountant, thinking that I was going to graduate, college and become an accountant. But God had a different path for me, and I'm glad He did, because I feel that I'm walking in my purpose in this hour. I feel that everything that I'm accomplishing and doing is the will of God for my life and to serve people. I mean, I get excited when I serve others. Some people get excited when they get, but when I get, the first thing I'm thinking is, who can I give to? So that's my why. I think God placed me here to serve people and to be a blessing and a resource, to a connector of people. That's what I really believe.
That is it. That a connector of people. And you said, it's funny because I'm the same way. And it's not like I'm trying to give because like all people will see, oh yeah, I'm giving. It's like, honestly, I'm uncomfortable, unhappy, and just unfulfilled if I'm not helping somebody.
Yes.
That's really
it. And I don't even care if you ever acknowledge it. That's not the reason for doing it. We do it because we don't look for personal gain from it. We're doing it because that's just our heart. So even if I get nervous when people tell people what I've done. I'm like, I don't really care about that. I just want to see people happy and see people blessed.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what you've been doing. I mean, you want to see people happy, people blessed, and people fed.
Yes.
You know, right?
Yes.
Talk about what you're doing in regards to helping people get fed.
Yeah. So right before the pandemic started, at least once a month, our church would do a monthly food drive, just once a month, where we may have
Mm-hmm.
fed like 200 people a month. But once the pandemic hit, we partnered with the county and the food banks and other nonprofit organizations, and we feed 1,500 people, individuals, every Monday. It has not stopped. And we're not just giving them, sometimes you go to places and you get leftovers.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah,
want to give people leftovers. We give them eggs, we give them
yes.
chicken, we give them fresh produce,
Hmm.
we give them canned goods, rice, dry goods. Because we just want to make sure that you bread, cereal, we want milk, we want to make sure you have the
Yes.
necessities that you need since the pandemic. And it hasn't stopped. We've been doing this for a year and a half. And people would think just because everything is opening up now that
Mm-hmm.
it would be over, but it's not. We're still serving the same amount of people we did since the beginning of this pandemic. And I don't think
Mm.
it's going to let up anytime soon. So
No,
I
I don't
really
think
love
so either.
serving every Monday.
That is okay. First of all, that's amazing. Second of all, I'm down to support that. I'm right around the corner, so there's a couple of things I want to do. I want to support, financially, but also support, physically. And my
Yes,
kids will
yes.
be, we're down with that kind of stuff. This
Oh,
is like
absolutely.
serving the community. It's like that. That's where it's at. You know.
Yes.
So for folks to support that, where should they go? Hey, and,
So
and thank you everybody for joining. And thank you for watching the show. We'll be able to ask some questions later too. Thank you, Peter, Dimitri. Thank you for sharing Barbara's link. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, she's gonna when she shares her website, can you share that as well, D? I really appreciate that. Well, yeah, how can folks support this cause? But this is dope. I love it.
so if they want to come out, they can just come to 1350 Blair Drive in Odenton, Maryland. Our volunteers arrive around 8 a.m. because we start setting up because we don't serve the community until 10. If they want to donate, they can just go to Kingdom Care with a K, Inc.com.
Okay. Kingdom
Care
Care
with a K, Inc.
and and care with it
with a K.
and care with the K.
Yes.
Kingdom Care Inc.
KingdomCareInc.com.
.com. That's beautiful. Okay. All right.
Yes, they can
And
click that donate button and just
yeah.
make sure they put in that memo line for
Hmm.
the weekly food drive, and we'll make sure we buy some supplies or whatever we need
Mm,
for the food drive on that Monday.
that's beautiful. And Kim was talking about that. Hey Anna, how are you? How are you? Appreciate you. Yeah, Kim was talking about that. I said, and you're right. It's probably not going to slow down. Um,
No,
Probably not going to slow down considering, the shift.
yeah,
Everyone has been out of work. They were getting a
yeah,
check. Checks
yes,
are drying up.
they're drying up.
And
Unemployment is running out,
yeah.
so they're drying up, and I think this summer is going to be even busier than it was over the winter. So we're going
Hmm.
to continue to do this at least for another year.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Rhonda, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. I'm here with Barbara Palmer, friend of mine from a long time back. She is a philanthropist, life coach, business coach, just a all around good person, as you can hear and as you will see. And she's an author of two books, going on three. What are these books, Barbara? What are these books about here?
So my first book is No Regrets,
Okay.
and that's really a short story about my life. If people really knew where I came from,
Mm,
they wouldn't believe where I am today. But I know that it's nothing but the grace of God on my life. I had
mm,
a really rough, life, and some things I experienced in my life that got me to where I am today. And I believe that all things work together for my good. I wrote the book, Rob, because at 19 years old, our son committed suicide. He was 19, fresh out of high school, getting ready to go to college. He wanted to be a veterinarian, but he was a perfectionist. And as an African American male in that time, this was a while ago, you don't really, the stigma in the community is, you don't talk about it. You don't talk about your feelings. And
mhm.
so at that time, we knew he was a little going through some things, but we didn't think it was that serious.
Right.
He committed suicide, and I went through a very rough battle with God, just
Mm,
trying to understand, God, I help all these young people. Why this happened to my child?
right.
In that process, my book was birthed. And I call it
Mm,
No Regrets because no matter what pain I suffered through that, it still worked for my good. God still walked me through the process, and he still held my hand, and he made me a stronger person. I didn't realize how strong I was until I went through that. Not saying that I wanted to go through that to find my strength,
Right.
because I had to go through it, because I went through it. I might as well learn how to walk through it the right way. So that was my first book. My second book is a book of prayers. One of the things that I do a lot often is I could be at home praying, and God will lay someone on my heart, and I'll text them a prayer. And they'll respond, "Oh my God, it was just what I needed at that time." So a lot of people kept saying to me, "You need to put those prayers into a book." And so I did that. I made a prayer journal where I'm putting in the prayers that I prayed for other people. So the prayer is there. Then you can write some notes beside that prayer. So those are the two books I have out right now. I'm working on Talking Business with Barbara books. I'm going to do a book on 5 keys to a successful business. I'm also going to do 5 people you need in your circle and 5 people you need to remove from your circle. So that your life, sometimes we get stuck in, I need this relationship, but some relationships can hinder where you're trying to go and the next level you're trying to go to. Not that you're going to get rid of those relationships, but they may not be able to be in your circle, because some of the things that they're speaking into your life may be counterproductive to where you're trying to go. So I'm going to write a book about those 3 books as well.
See Kim Hickson on here. And wait a minute. Barbara Palmer is Lolitha Moshelle Simmons, and I coach and pastor. So we didn't talk about that. We didn't say anything about pastoring yet. It's just like you just doing whatever God's telling you to do. You just whatever it is. You're like, okay, we'll do this. All right, we'll grow here. And I love your obedience, because that's basically what's happening. When you're obedient, then you get exposed to where you need to be at. Well, when you're obedient, you are where you need to be. Then you get the exposure you need to see or have.
Yes.
That's good stuff.
I always tell people my pulpit is the marketplace. My husband is the preacher. He gets in the pulpit, he preaches and teaches, and I can do that if he needs me to. But I really feel comfortable in the business, in the marketplace. I really feel that my microphone and my Bible is going out there teaching and empowering others how to be successful.
Yes. Look at this.
Love it.
Look what Rhonda just said. Let me see. Let me make this bigger so I can see it here. She said, but Rhonda said, shared a post yesterday, Barbara, showing the stigma of mental health and suicide among people of color. God bless you for sharing your story. You are helping so many. I would love to purchase your book. Rob House, can you post or reference the prayer book, please? I'm not in position to take notes right now. Okay, that's cool. Yes. So what's the name of the book again?
It's called No Regrets.
No Regrets.
No Regrets.
And D, if you could find that, and put that link there. It's on Amazon.
It is on Amazon. Yes.
Barbara Palmer, No Regrets, and put that link there, please. I appreciate that, D. Dimitri is on our team. This guy's phenomenal. He speaks like 72 languages.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just a wonderful human being. So yeah, let's talking business with Barbara. Let's go to that, because that's big. Because I believe being a life coach, great, it's amazing. I think it's important. Help people get their social skills and their emotions together. A business coach keeps people in business, which ultimately impacts their life.
Yes.
A business coach not only builds the business for the business owner, but for the people that are connected to that business. So the impact is wider and deeper.
Yes.
And so what you're doing right now, this is really great ground. So let's talk about those 5 tips first. You mentioned that. I'm not going to repeat what you said, but you mentioned 5. So I want to hear what that is. If you could share what those tips are. Sure.
So most people, when they go into business, when they sign up for my business class, they think the first thing I'm going to talk to them about is how to become legal. How to get all your ducks in a row. I start off before that. The first key you need to have is you. We need to focus on you. Who are you? What kind of character do you have? I always say you can have the right location, you can have the right product, you can have the right money, but if you are not right, if your character is not intact, if your integrity is not in track, then people will not support your business. And if you think about it, one of the reasons people don't support businesses when you ask them is because of your customer service. So John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. So if you have a business and if you're messy in business, then the people around you are going to be messy. If you're slowful in business, the people around you are going to be slowful. If you are con artists, if you lie to people, if you don't keep your word, that's a problem. Before you even open your business, you need to recognize who you are as an individual and take that mirror and look at yourself and say, am I really ready for this? Am I really ready to make sure my integrity and character is intact for the business that I'm going to run? So I kind of start there. And then I take them from there to, of course, who's in your circle? Who is around you that's influencing you, that's encouraging you? Because when you look at people that are millionaires, they hang around a certain type of person. They don't hang around procrastinators. They don't hang around negative thinkers. They hang around people who are forward thinkers, progressive, ready to move forward. Even if you fall down and make a mistake, you can still get up as that person and continue to go. So I look at who's surrounding you. And then once we do that, we can look at things like, are you ready? Are you set? Then we can go. We can move forward once we've tackled those parts of you that need to be worked on before you even start opening that business. Because one of the things that I don't like is if I'm going to support somebody's business, if I'm going to get my hair done or my nails done, and I make an appointment with you, I don't want to wait 2 or 3 hours for you to decide to do my hair.
Right.
If my appointment at 10 o'clock, I want to see you at 10. So that's poor business and poor customer service. So that's not a person that's keeping their word. You're going to lose customers that way. You may be the best in town, but you will lose customers because why? You're not keeping your word. So let's talk about that and let's figure out, let's put some systems in place so that you can make sure that you are a person of your word and that people will come to you based on your character and your integrity. So that's kind of how we start off with Talking Business with Barbara.
That's how we want to start off too. That's exactly. We want to get a couple things up front. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That is it. But I want to talk some more business. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, then I'm also going to ask you one of my favorite questions to ask all of my guests. And so, as soon as I find this link, be back in a second.
Okay.
The entire business economy was impacted by the pandemic. Trying to adjust to our new business culture and make the right choices can seem overwhelming. But the need to understand technology and automation today is a must if you want to stay competitive. Companies gain an immediate advantage over their competitors once they understand how to implement RPA into their current activities. Scale Through Automation has made it easy to gain this knowledge and to implement automation so you can have the time to focus on your business, adjustments, and its growth. This is where STA affiliates can impact their clients' businesses and fast. Simply share your clients' needs with us and we'll show you how RPA can create big wins for them in a very short period of time. According to Gartner, over 50% of all businesses will have some sort of RPA implementation by 2027. Don't you think you owe it to your clients to make sure they have this information? The training and support you get through our affiliate program will allow you to make a difference in your client's business while improving your RPA knowledge and receiving a nice residual along the way. Set up a 30-minute affiliate consultation to see how RPA can have an immediate impact on your client's business and your life. We have the blueprint. Join our team.
That's right. We are back. Oh, looks like I am on a freeze frame here. Oh, look at that. How do I sound? Barbara?
You're fine. You were frozen for a moment, but you're okay now.
Yeah. So, D, if you could put that affiliate link down there, that'd be fantastic. We are excited about this. Just people who understand how important it is to understand technology, not just to be implementing technology. Don't just go start buying stuff, but understand how to use it. It's basically what you were saying. Understand what your goal is. Once you understand what your overall goal is, then you can create a nice strategy and tactics to execute that.
Yes.
So take care of the people, have a good process, and then add the technology. People, process, technology. That's how we roll.
Yes.
And so you have been helping people, and so they're coming into the program. I love the opening of how what you are letting folks know what's important and how, getting their mind frame together. I think it's about setting the mind frame right before you start to do this. Because if you come in with the wrong mind frame, it doesn't really matter what you put in the mind. It's gonna be all over the place. Tell me, what's one of the main things you see people getting stuck on, like business owners? What's the main thing they get stuck on?
I think couple of things. I think they get stuck on not being. Oh, I thought this was off. Sorry, Rob.
No, it's all good.
I think they get stuck on not understanding how to run the business itself. So you have a business idea and you want to do this business and you really want it to generate some income, but they get stuck on the process. How do they get from A to Z? And so I take the time to walk them through that process, but not in that first 6-week masterclass. I do that on the next masterclass. So I think that's one of the main places people get stuck. I mean, when I was going into business, I was looking for someone, Rob, to walk me through how to open my business. Yeah. And everybody that I would talk to wouldn't give me the resources that I needed. Sometimes we get stuck in the thinking that somebody wants what we have.
Yeah.
And that's not really
that's so true.
Success to go around for everyone. And so nobody would really walk me through the process. I had to figure it out through trial and error. And I made a commitment to say that once I went through this process, what I learned, I would teach others so they wouldn't have to go through the headaches that I went through trying to set up a successful business.
That's beautiful. Reach back. Hello. Yeah. Reach back. It's like you get to the top and you reach back and then teach others to reach back. And it's all about, a rising tide lifts all ships. It's not just a cool phrase. It's real talk. Because all the ships are rising up.
Yes.
And honestly, we're better off that way. And so you open a door. Your people get stuck in the process. All right. So what would you say for someone, because the pandemic has given birth to a whole lot of new entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I got people stepping away from corporate job 10, 20, 30 years.
Yes,
stepping out like, oh, I'll get ready to sing that song, and I can't even sing it anymore. Can't even sing that song no more. Dang it. Hey, let's me up. So you know what song I'm talking about too. So what would you say to the entrepreneur, some business advice? What would you say to the new one? Because the pandemic, it's giving birth, but it's also, we're in an era where entrepreneurship is just rising.
It is.
People are like, okay, I can do this, but they need information. What will be something that you would give a new entrepreneur, a new business owner?
Yeah, make it legal. In the African American community, we are resourceful, we are intelligent, we are creative, but we never want to do things legally.
So interesting.
What I'm going to say is, we have businesses, mom and pop businesses everywhere, but when you research them, they're not legitimate. They're not registered with their state. They're not registered with the IRS. Everything's under the table. So I always say the first thing you need to do is make your business legal. It's not hard to do that. It's not that difficult. It doesn't mean anybody's going to take anything from you. Become legitimate.
Make it legal.
Make it legal. Make the money, but make it legal.
Bam, make it legal. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I feel like I should do another tip because that came out so quick. And you're right.
Yes.
You are so right. Because it's easy to do it that way.
Yes, it is.
You flow, but then when it's time to need that information, that's purple.
And Rob, all it takes is one bad customer. All it takes is one jealous person to pick up that phone and say, you know, you need to check them. I don't know if they're legal. I can tell you barbershops that are not registered. They're in a space and they have somebody who has a master barber's license, but nothing else is registered. I can tell you restaurant. I mean, all kinds of people.
Wow.
Make it legal so that when somebody comes knocking on your door, you don't have to hide anything. You don't have to pretend. Everything you need and want is going to be right there, and you're legal.
That's good. Okay. Another tip for the newbies. Another tip.
I would say make sure you line up in a good accountant.
Okay. Get the money right. Make sure the money stays right.
Get the money skills right. If you don't know how to handle money, get somebody else who can handle money for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's been so many cases of businesses just falling apart just because of the mismanagement of.
Yes.
I know that's a hindrance. I don't know the actual statistics, but I know it's a hindrance.
It is. And I have another good one for you. Attitude.
Okay.
Make sure your attitude is good. I mean, you can, like I said before, you can have the best product, and just because you have the best product doesn't mean you have to be nasty.
Right.
Those mean you have to be rude.
I never even understood that.
Right.
I'm like, what? I just like you. I don't even understand. Like, but then I began to understand. People are doing what they don't want to do.
Yes.
And when you're doing what you don't want to do, you just disgruntled, and because you're not changing, you now hurt people kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I understand it, but it's ridiculous. Okay?
Yes.
But Barbara, if God came to you and said, you know what, my faithful servant, you have been just phenomenal, and I feel like the earth needs one wish from you.
Wow.
Giving you one wish can be anything you want.
Wow.
What would it be?
Oh my God, that's a good one. Wow. I always tell people in my master class that if I had the money that Oprah had, I would be doing things like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, everybody gets a car. So if I know that God blesses me, he puts money in my hands and he puts money in my lap. So my wish would be that he would continue to download all that money to me so that I can continue to bless people who need it. I want to be the person that writes you a check. You need $1 million to start your business? Come see me. You need $500 to start your business? Come see me. I want to be that person.
Barbara, you are talking the thoughts that have been in here. You're speaking, and from your lips to God's ears. This is what it will be. What you have spoken will be. This is what is, because this is what is necessary for this place. For people like yourself to get the blessings that they request, because the blessings they request is the best thing for the best. Come on. Okay? That's what it is. And if you got more people thinking about that, now you're thinking on a large scale, a lot of people, their imagination, bandwidth, capacity haven't gone that far. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay? Work where you are.
Yes, that's it.
I love your wish though. I love that wish.
Yes.
You know what I did for about 6 months. I walked around and said, well, for 1 month I walked around and said, I'm a millionaire with $1 billion philanthropic fund. I'm a millionaire with $1 billion philanthropic fund. And then I moved up in a month. And I said, I'm a billionaire with $1 trillion philanthropic fund. And then I couldn't even say the millionaire anymore. And then I tried to say the next one, and I couldn't. It wasn't flowing. So I just said, I'm a billionaire with $1 trillion philanthropic fund. And I said that for about 3 more weeks. And then I'm a trillionaire with $1 quadrillion philanthropic fund. I'm a trillionaire with $1 quadrillion philanthropic fund. This came out so smooth. I said, yes. So that means I already know the money's going to flow, because hunger, homelessness, poverty, through resources, we can bring that thing diluted down to close to eradication.
We can. Absolutely.
And we will.
Yes, we can. And we will. Yes.
So I've never spoken with anybody who's actually been speaking this craziness like this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't share this with people a lot, because it's it sounds pie in the sky, and so you share your dreams and visions with people who don't see them. Those start to. So you gotta get around folks who are soaring. So you can soar together.
I tell my staff all the time, Rob, I used to say, I'm going to be a millionaire. But now when I see my staff, I always say, we are billionaires. You hear me? We are billionaires. And they're like, oh, we're billionaires. I believe that.
Yes.
I believe it.
Oh my goodness. And you know, the brain doesn't know what's actually in front of you or what you're imagining. It literally doesn't know. You can literally pick up this glass, and then when you pick the glass up, there's certain wirings that the neurons in my brain and the cells, how they fired and wired, they did it in a certain strategy based on how I picked this up. Now, if I think about picking the glass up, those exact same neurochemicals, same neurological highway is being fired and wiring. That means whatever you think about matters.
Yes.
When you think about it, it becomes matter. That's cell. So it's so important what you're speaking, because I call that, I don't call it, I heard it called before, but I love the word visioneering.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about the future. You are envisioning the future and you're speaking into existence by saying it. You are wiring it into you actually, but then you are, in a metaphysical sense, you are putting it out there.
Yes. That's why I'm very careful about who's in my space. It goes right back to who's in your circle, because if you have people around you who have the same mindset and are speaking the same thing, it's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. You're going to move mountains to make it happen. But if one person comes in your circle who's like, I don't know if you can do that. You sure you want to do that? That's automatically can't have you around me, because you're gonna try to get into a place in me, in my mind, that I can't go to.
Oh, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is okay to not be around people.
Yes, it is.
For your own well-being.
For your well-being. Because
you're right. And people don't believe they can do something, they're going to definitely try to suck out your energy from doing it.
Yes.
That is a good tip. That is a good tip. What did Rhonda say? Rhonda said, I can't imagine working and not enjoying what I was doing. I have been lucky, but so many folks aren't in the same situation. Great tips, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And if you guys got any questions for Barbara, throw them up here. Any business questions? Throw them up here. And tip for business, make it legal. Yep, I love that.
Yes, make it legal.
Number one tip for business, make it legal. What?
Yes.
That is so good. Because oh my goodness, I can't stand the feeling of what it feels like when the person gets to knock on their business door and they are not prepared.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't want it.
No.
So that's one of the things I tell everybody that comes to my class. We go through the first 6 weeks of walking you through, preparing you. Then the next business class talks about, now let's make it legal. So when I do that, Rob, I bring an attorney on the call. I bring an insurance agent on the call. I bring an accountant on the call. I bring a banker on the call. Why? Because I want to make sure you have all the resources you need to make it legal. And listen, they're giving you these 30 minutes of their time, their consultation for free on my masterclass. So take advantage of it. Ask them what you want to ask. Let them help you walk through the process. And if you need them, here's their number. But I want to make sure that once you finish this masterclass, that you recognize that we're going to make it legal.
I like that.
Yes.
So you're basically, getting that mindset training, but also the important business necessities.
Yes.
Those requirements that we sometimes can slide by.
Yes.
Slip and fall.
Yes.
Slide.
Absolutely.
Can't slide, folks.
No.
Only one thing we do.
Especially with all the businesses that are opening now.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching. So there you go. Let's just do it the right way.
That's good. That is good. Yeah. So anyone have any questions, drop those questions. Thank you for tuning in. We got people here talking on YouTube. Oh, that's fantastic. LinkedIn, Facebook.
Awesome.
I think people on Twitch too. Got a couple of folks on. I don't even know what the heck Twitch is, actually. I know we're on it, though. I know it's a social platform. I've never been on it, but I keep hearing about it. I've never been there. But thank you, Twitch folks. Yes. Love you, although I've never seen you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Barbara, where are you at mainly? Like, where do you spend most of your time?
I'm in my office right now, and try to come to my office every day. I'm here all the time because, I'm always busy trying to make sure I get things done for either the church, the food drives, the business. I also own a childcare center, nationally accredited childcare center. So that's next door to my office. So I want to make sure things are done correctly there. The space I'm in now, Rob, it used to be our church building, where you came to minister to our youth. I have now turned that into what's going to be a family support center. I was awarded a legislative bond bill to renovate this space so that I can open up a center that's going to provide self-sufficiency for residents in this county. So they'll get things like workforce development, parenting skills, entrepreneurship skills, financial planning, all whatever strengthening family programs, mentorship, entrepreneurship, whatever a high school diploma, a GED, English as a second language. I'm opening that July 1st. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for all the community leaders and participants that are going to be coming in and taking advantage of the programs.
You're talking a whole lot of support in a whole lot of different ways.
Yeah.
We went from helping people eat, get food, get jobs, support, mental stability, community.
Yes.
Come on. I mean, okay. All right. That's good. So you and I, we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
We got some things to talk about because I got a tremendous vision. Not like, anything special besides God gave it to me. And so
you've always had a tremendous vision. You've always been a thinker, innovative thinker.
I just, and I want to answer the call, and I want to optimize the call.
Yes.
Like whatever my purpose is, I want to live it all the way out.
Yes.
And I know that is helping to eradicate hunger, homelessness, and poverty. That's hunger, homelessness, and poverty. And because I understand technology and I understand like certain aspects of it, and I have these beautiful relationships like you, right? I know people like this.
Yes.
Literally, when those funds start rolling in, I know exactly where it's going.
Yes.
I know exactly what, and I know people who know exactly what to do with it.
Yes.
It's going to be on. The 21st century is going to be the century where people will remember for centuries as that century that changed the game, that changed the trajectory of humanity, because we were going in a different direction. We know there's been some things we didn't really start off the best way.
Yes.
Wars and enslavement and killing. Oh my, we didn't need all that.
Right.
We've kind of woken up. Emotional intelligence is now risen.
Yes.
Transparency and now connectivity, because we're all been sitting home for the last year.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay, now it's time to do something.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Barbara Palmer, guys, reach out to her, support her program. She's feeding every Monday 1,500 people.
Yes.
That is good. We will be down there, and we'll be donating and be down there. That's for sure.
Come on down.
Yeah. And if you need some, what is the hashtag? The doing business with Barbara.
It is hashtag business with Barbara.
Business with Barbara.
Yes. You can
hashtag business with Barbara.
You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on Facebook. You can find it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
If you need to reach us, you can businesswithbarbara@gmail.com.
That's beautiful. And I suggest, I recommend doing business with Barbara.
Yes.
Barbara, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Rob. I love you.
I got love for you. And listen, I'm going to hit you on inbox so we can set up another time to talk.
Okay, that sounds great.
This is it.
Sure.
This is it. I'm excited about what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's big. And then what Lolita and Kim are doing with the seniors and with the plan with the red carpet.
Yes.
Can you imagine people start copying this stuff?
Oh my God.
You can imagine when people start copying and duplicating this?
Right. Yes.
Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome. Thank you.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
That was great. That was fantastic. I am just like blown away by just the goodness, man. The goodness in people's hearts, and just how good we are. Many will say that, oh, this world is horrible. It's going to hell. We're all going to die soon. There's so much chaos. And you're right about a lot of that stuff. But the world's also good. There's also people doing good in the world. There's initiatives that are bringing food to people and building homes for the homeless. There are coaches out there that are literally keeping people healthy from sicknesses, from depression, improving their well-being. There's goodness out there. There's actually a survey that says that 65% of people actually want good for other people. 65% of people said that, hey, I want good for myself and good for my neighbor. I want their children to eat food, 65. Now about 20%, yeah, it may not be that nice. But that's only 20%. It's not even that many. But what happens is the media highlights 20%, 15%. And then some of the 65%, they start getting tainted. They feel like, oh man, my good doesn't matter. And they kind of start sliding. They don't know. They start sliding. No, don't slide. We need everyone. We need more. You understand that there is good in this world. There are people doing greatness in this world. And everything you do good counts. It all counts. It all matters. Remember, the moment you think a thought, it becomes matter in your head. It becomes a cell. So every thought matters. Everything matters. I'm blown away and excited by the work that Robert Palmer is doing. Rhonda said, Mother Nature smacked us in line. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. We needed that little pat right there. Come on. We needed that pat because it woke us up. It woke us up and it gave us opportunity now to say, you know what? We deserve better, humans. Humanity, we deserve better. We deserve to treat each other, and everybody deserves to be treated with love and respect. We deserve to have food, clean water, and homes. People need to have homes. Everyone, right? We're waking up to realizing that we are better together. This is the century that we get it done. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for contributing your good to the world. And this is the Business Empowerment Podcast. As you can see, we talk business, we talk everything that's empowerment, because the business is done by the people, and the people have got to have their minds and their hearts right to do good business. You empower the people, you can empower the business. Our motto is people, process, and technology. Take care of the people, organize the process, get the right technology. You got yourself a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. So that's it. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, the future is what you do today. So do something today that's going to impact your tomorrow. Until next time. Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers, got insight for miles and miles. We'll give you what you need to know. Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast. Peace.